Welcome back to the Wargamer, and you're joining me for another X-Wing unboxing. This time I'm taking a look at the Upsilon class shuttle, which you may recognise as Kylo Ren's transport of choice from The Force Awakens. So on the box here you can see we've got the Upsilon shuttle artwork, we've got the actual ship itself. Takes up quite a lot of room in this rather large box here. If I flip the box over you can see the entire contents, and as well as the ship we also get a rule sheet, 19 cards, 21 tokens and a manoeuvre dial as well. So let's open this box up and take a look at the contents inside. So first of all we have the play sheet, which contains the entire contents of the box set itself, a bit more in detail in the back of the box, and then inside we actually get a rules summary for some of the special rules employed by the ship. For example, we've got things like the limited upgrades, new upgrade cards, ion tokens for large ships, overlapping setup, and also some condition cards as well. Now this ship also has the zero maneuver, which is basically the stop or stationary maneuver, and you can see if I flip this over we get a full chart of the maneuvers that this ship is actually able to do. You can see right at the bottom there we've got the zero stop there, which basically allows your ship to stay in the position it is. It doesn't actually move. So with the sheet looked at, let's move on to some of the tokens. So here we have all the tokens that you get with the Upsilon class ship. First of all we get 6 shield tokens, 2 focus tokens, 2 stress tokens, a critical hit token, the manoeuvre dial. We've already looked at these maneuvers on the actual grid itself. We also have some ship identifier tokens, some target lock tokens, both MM and NN as well. We also have these 2 condition tokens as well, and these are associated with 2 condition cards which we'll be looking at shortly, and we have a Kylo Ren condition token and also a General Hux condition token as well. So with the tokens looked at, let's move on to the cards. So here we have the range of cards that we get in this set. First of all, we have the crew cards. And these, first of all, we get 2 operations specialist cards, which basically allow you to assign focus tokens to nearby ships if an enemy ship fires at you and it misses. And we also get 2 specialist cards here. We get Kylo Ren and we also get General Hux as well. And these are associated with the conditions tokens that we looked at previously. So these have actions which allow you them to assign these condition tokens to other ships. Now, Kylo Ren's ability basically allows you to go through you assign it to an enemy ship, allows you to go through the damage deck to find a damage card with the pilot trait, and you can basically put it down. So the next time that ship receives a critical hit, instead of using a normal critical hit, you instead take the damage listed on the card. So it's a good way of actually inflicting quite a lot of damage to a ship. General Hux's condition, however, is applied to a friendly ship and allows you to basically use a focus token in order to change any focus dice rolls you've got to hit dice rolls instead, but at the cost of not being able to use focus tokens on the defense. So it's a good way of actually applying conditions to enemy and also friendly units depending on which character you go for. Next up we actually have the elite cards, and we get 2 of these, both the same, and a snapshot which allows you to perform an attack when an enemy performs a maneuver nearby. We also have these modification cards which are both ion projectors. These are pretty useful if an enemy ship attacks you and is moving towards you and ends up overlapping your base at the end of their maneuver, which is pretty useful when combined with the fact that the Upsilon class shuttle has a stop maneuver as well, so you can really get in the way of your opponents. Next we have the upgrade cards. Now we get 2 hyperwave comm scanners and 2 targeting synchronizers. The hyperwave comm scanner allows you to choose your pilot skill of 0, 6 or 12, and that applies until the end of the turn. Basically allows you to choose in which order you act in that particular turn. You also get to assign a focus or evade token to nearby ships. The actual targeting synchronizer basically gives you the effects and benefits of having a target lock even if you don't actually have one on an enemy ship. Finally we have the title card, and this is for Kylo Ren's shuttle. Now this is an effect which happens at the end of the combat phase and basically allows you to add a stress token to an unstressed enemy ship that is in range 1 to 2. So a great way of kind of affecting your opponents on the battlefield. So that's the first set of upgrade cards though. Let's move on to the ship cards. Next up we have the ship cards themselves. Now the Upsilon class shuttle has a damage output of 4, a low agility of 1, but some good hull points and good shield points of 6 each. It does make this ship much more of a defensive ship. It's not quite as fast, it can't outmaneuver enemy ships, but it is going to be putting out a lot of damage as soon as anyone gets in its firing arc. The fact that you can also keep the position of the ship stationary for a turn as well is also very useful, because once you get yourself lined up for a shot, you can fire off anyone that comes in your firing arc. But also you've got the ion projector as well, so if anyone is heading your way, you can just stop. If they hit you, then they can start taking damage. So Kylo Ren's card is the most expensive that we've got from this selection, but it does allow you to apply I'll show you the dark side condition the first time you are hit in the combat phase. It's quite useful there. We also have Major Strident as well, and basically you treat friendly ships at range 2 to 3 at being range 1, so it basically allows you to reduce the range of friendly ships for card and upgrade effects. We have Lieutenant Dormitz, basically allows you to place friendly ships anywhere in the play area as long as you are at range 1 to 2 of the Upsilon class shuttle. And finally we have the generic Starkiller base pilot as well. So that's the cards looked at. Let's move on to the final item in this box set, which is of course the ship itself. And here we have the Upsilon class shuttle itself. As you can see, the details on this ship really are fantastic. A lot of the individual items and components of the ship have been picked out across the surface very carefully and very faithfully to the actual ship that's seen in the films. Even in terms of its colours, it's still very nice as well. This is a dark ship, and they probably could have gotten away with just having quite dark colours across the surface, but it does have some lighter and darker grey patterning across the wings. Speaking of the wings, this ship is very large indeed. At its fully deployed state, the wingspan is around about 22 centimeters, but it can be folded up into a smaller landed version for ease of stowage. Overall, it really is a fantastic looking miniature and very fitting for the personal transport ship of Kylo Ren. It's very indicative of the older Imperial shuttles as well. Even though it doesn't have the center fin, which the previous one does, it does have this folding wing design that we've seen before. Now, if you'd like to pick up one of these ships for yourself, the RRP is at £29.99, which is pretty much the same as the other large ships in this category. Even though the wing size is actually quite considerably larger than a lot of other ships that we've seen, it really is not bad value for money considering it is an X-Wing miniature. You also get lots of upgrades and some really interesting condition cards in this set, so if you're looking to faithfully recreate the personal transport ship of Kylo Ren, then this definitely is the way to go. So what I'll do is I'll pop a link in the description below to take you directly to a store locator where you can find your nearest stockist of X-Wing products. Now, if you enjoyed this unboxing, please do let me know in the comments below, along with your suggestions for future content as well. And also make sure you subscribe to be kept up to date with all my future X-Wing videos. So until next time, thanks for watching and goodbye.